It's the match reaction. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. But is it all that bad as the scoreline looks? Let's get into it. Yes, yes. Good evening, people. Good evening. It's the Armory TV. We're here, ready to react. We're not running. We're here. We're gonna do this thing today. So I've got my guy James with me. How you keeping, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How
Good.
are you?
Yeah, I'm right. Can't complain, man. Uh, this is your debut on the Armory, DWTT.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks,
Yeah, it's
guys.
good to have you on.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you always in the comment section. We really appreciate you and the support you give the channel. So lovely to
yeah,
have you on.
For
yeah.
sure.
Thanks.
Um,
Wish we
definitely.
could have
And
had you around on better
Yeah,
circumstances, but it is what it is.
it is what it is.
yeah,
And we've got our resident. He's gonna bring me some energy. I'm hoping. That's why I was saying
Bro,
just chill
no
out. So I need
zero
something
energy,
uplifting.
bro. Zero. There's
Bring me
no
some. I
yeah.
need something
what
uplifting.
what what tune do I bring for tonight, bro? What tune? What tune do I bring for tonight? I had nothing, bro. I had
So
nothing.
close. I don't know.
I had not, all I can bring is my smile, bro. That's it, bro.
But
And my I told you so.
that
That's
will do
it.
the job for me. But yeah, we got our guy Niger in the building. So yeah, let's react to it. Obviously, the game's finished not so long ago. Liverpool came out 2-0 winners at the Emirates. First thoughts on the result, James?
Uh, Disappointing, but not surprising. That's where I'm at.
I hear you. I hear you. What about you, Niger?
Expected, mate. I was trying to prep them guys yesterday, but they didn't want to agree. But yeah, I'm good in it. I'm happy that no one got injured for the Aston Villa game on the weekend, bro. I'm good right now.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. DWCT or yourself, like, what was you expecting from the game beforehand? And yeah,
Yeah, as I was saying in the background, I was looking
how do you
for a
feel after?
performance,
Obviously,
but
what was your
but
feeling?
once you start, the game starts and you start getting into it, then you forget all about that, and you want us to come out and perform and get something out of it, and we look like we might. So then you get your hopes up a little bit, but when you sit back and look at it, you wanted a performance. I think we got that today. So it didn't matter. We didn't get embarrassed like we've gotten embarrassed in the past. So I'm going to take that as a plus. And like Nine just said, everybody should be good to go against Villa. So that's
Yeah,
3 points we have to get. And if we play anything like we did today,
We'll get that.
yeah.
yeah. To be fair, I said I got a lot of Liverpool fans as friends, and they actually pay. And for the last, I haven't had that from them. I'll just be saying, "Oh, do you actually believe you could beat us?" Slapping cities, it's a comfy 3 points. So you can see we're starting to click a little bit. We're not on Liverpool's level, but we're starting to close the gap on. Not saying we're closing the gap in terms of points or league position, but when we're
Performance.
playing these games, we're in it for 60 minutes or so. Like we're not getting blown away like we used to. Again, we took it to City at the Emirates a few months ago, and yeah, this Liverpool team they were in a game. Big turning point. Let's talk about it early. Odegaard's chance. Um, do you think that was the turning point of that game there? If that goes in, different story. Nigel, you're ready to go.
I,
Go on.
1,000%, mate. I remember as I saw, I just said, "Oh!" I just saw the game just go past me after that shot was missed. Then I'm not going to be someone that's going to be really harsh on Martin because at the end of the day, he's one of our informed players right now, and he's got us out of a lot of sticky situations in previous games. So I'm not going to be too harsh on him. But in a game against a big team like that, you have to take chances like that because
Mm.
you're not going to get many others. And if we score that, they have to open up a little bit more, and we could maybe have nicked the 3 points. Worst case scenario, could have got the draw. But I think that was a big turning point for me personally.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Yourself, DWTT. What other positives would you see out of that game? I think there's one shining light in that performance. Really, honestly, I'm hoping you call it
all
out
know
first.
that,
Well,
Yeah.
if I'm not thinking, if I think what you're thinking, I would say that Trent was feeling a little pressured today. Right. I
He's
think
getting nightmares tonight, bro. Nightmares.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Martinelli was doing what he usually does, and he did it really well today. I think I feel like he was alone. He needed some help. You know, he could he can get you to a certain point, but then he needs a little bit of help, right? And I don't think he got enough of that today, to where we could put more pressure. I mean, at the end of the game, Trent actually was able to stop him, and that was like in the 93rd minute.
Yeah, when he did that blast out. Yeah.
Figure that low. But yeah, yourself, James. What would you say about Martinelli's performance today? Like, is it him twerking for Klopp? Because it seems like every time we play Liverpool, he shows up. Really, again, maybe it's the system Liverpool play. They play with quite a high line, so it leaves him a lot of space to occupy. Whereas a lot of teams will drop deep against him, and there's less space. So do you think it's just a case of the system suits him playing against a high press rather than a low block?
Yeah, man. No, I thought he did. I thought he did well. I thought he did well against Leicester as well. He was making these kind of runs that we've seen in this game, and he was doing it on the weekend. He did really well. Like when he skinned those 3 Liverpool players, you're just like, damn, we have a player, right? And he cost us what, £6 million from the 4th Brazilian tier. Like, he's mad. Like, he genuinely has so much potential. And yeah, he was unlucky today. I felt like his performance deserved a goal or an assist, because he was light years above a lot of players on that pitch.
Definitely.
I was struggling to pick a man of the match from the Liverpool side, if I'm honest. But if I had to, I'd probably go with Matip, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because eventually, I think not saying that they finally found a plan for Martinelli, but there was you saw in the second half, he was like, Trent was like, Matip, help me out, man. This kid's got me on ropes, mate. Like, help me out. And he came over to help out Trent and stuff, and he done a few other little bits. So I think, yeah, Matip just showed his quality today, man. But it's a travesty that Martinelli ended up on the losing side in this game because of how well he was playing, man. Baller, big baller.
Definitely.
I mean, I think out wide we had our way a little bit in this game. So, I mean, even Saka, I think, had some opportunities as well. I think he had some.
I disagree with the Saka thing, DWTT.
Yeah, I don't think he takes them. I think he's hesitant, and that's why it looks like it's not there. And I always say that there's opportunities that are lost, and before they even, you don't even get to the point where you have a chance. There's an opportunity presents itself, and then the chance is gone. And that's what happens to me when I look at Saka sometimes. And I'm like, he was getting the space out there. A couple of times we saw him get the space out there, and I just want him to be a little bit more assertive. Once he is, he'll be taking that shot sooner. Right now, he's putting crosses in. He'll just take the shot sooner. Like Jota took that shot. Boom! As soon as he broke the line, boom! Shot was gone. Right? Goalkeeper didn't have any opportunity to think about it, and that's what I think we lacked today. We let them. They got a lot of opportunities to think about what was about to happen, as opposed to late. It's
You're
gone.
Right. Catching them, we didn't catch them off guard at all.
Didn't catch them cold, yeah. Trying to be maybe too precise with it. But yeah, let's get into that, because again, you touched on Yotta's goal. It was a very not fortuitous. They played it well. Thiago's slip pass was beautiful, and that's the difference with him and a lot of other players. He can open you up with that one killer pass, and the weight's perfect. But from that angle there, are you expecting Ramsdale to do a little better?
James, come on, bro. Sort yourself out tonight, James. You should have got that, bro.
No, I'll be honest. James has been Ramsdale's biggest critic for the last few weeks, and he's called him out a few times on some of not mistakes, but things he thinks he could have done better. Yeah, but this one's actually led to a goal.
I don't know. It's always the same. Like there's certain things that in each position that you have to do as the basics. And as a goalie, you never get beaten your near post. If it goes on your far post, that's fine, right? But the angle Jota was at, the angle Ramsdale was at, I'm expecting him to save that. Yes, he got a hand to it, but it needs to be stronger, quite a lot stronger, to be fair. And I can't really criticize him for the majority of the game, because I thought for the majority of the game he was playing okay. There wasn't many things he had to do. The passes were there. It was just the one time that he needed to do something, he slipped up, and that's the difference right now between a young goalkeeper who has a lot of talent and a lot of potential, and the elite goalies that are called upon 1 or 2 times a game and they make the right decisions. And I feel like we'll see him grow into it, and I'm pleased we signed Ramsdale, but that's my only criticism of him today.
Do you think again when we had the preview show yesterday? Obviously I was in the comments. Some of you was on the stream and it was wild. Me and Niger couldn't believe what we was hearing from some of you lot. But that is what you said about Ramsdale there. That's what I feel. Compare the two teams. It's the difference between Matip, Van Dijk, and Ben White and Gabriel. It's just that we're good players, but it's just that little bit extra. Like there's a couple of balls that went in the box, and they just always looked unnerved, calm. They just read it well. They get their head to things first. Like they just look like monsters. They were both like 6'3", 6'4". Like just them little bits. Then the same thing with the keeper. It's just, do you know what I mean? We're almost there, but that's the difference. When we're buying players for, do you know what I mean, our price range, and obviously you look at some of their price range. Their keeper costs 75 mil, most expensive keeper.
Yeah.
Whereas we're Ramsdale with, do you know what I mean, 27 mil. It's a big difference. It's 50 mil apart. Like it's worlds apart. So,
but what about Matip, bro? Matip was a bargain.
Yeah, for free from Shout.
Nah, they got him at a good price. Even for being expensive,
very
yeah.
good price.
Yeah.
But you see
But
tonight,
they have had some shrewd signing. Sorry, go on.
So you see tonight, like what I noticed is that the first 45 minutes it was very much a neck and neck. We probably edged the first half I'd say, even though neither team really did a lot, but with Martinelli's energy, we edged the first half for me. So, but I don't know about you, but at halftime I was thinking, is it that we edged the first half or Liverpool haven't really got into gear?
Yeah.
Like I kind of felt it was more the second that Liverpool ain't really got into gear yet. And literally straight after we missed our chance, the camera man went to the bench. I see Salah and Firmino warming up. I'm like, yeah, we missed our chance, and here we go. They're bringing on these two lads. And before they could even get on, Ramsdale makes like a blunder and went 1-0 down, bro. So like 3 blows in one, bro.
Jada's the one that saw that. That's who saw it. He's like, you know what? I think I'm coming off, and you know what?
He said, I've only got a couple more minutes to get my regs Arsenal.
He said, score against Arsenal.
Yeah. Him and Firmino every time. One of them two will always score against. It's just, there's some players that love playing Arsenal. Rooney was the same. John O'Shea was another one. Like Park Ji-sung. There's a few players who just love Arsenal.
Jamie Vardy.
Yeah. And I think Yotta's down there. Drogba's how can you forget Drogba? He used to fill his boots. But as I said, there's a lot of positives about the performance today. Like, again, I was talking to a few fans earlier, and I think twice. And I'm like, there's a difference in a smash and grab or actually competing with a team at that level. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can sit 10 men behind the ball, hit a counter attack, and win 1-0. We've seen United do it to City under Ollie about 6-7 times. Doesn't mean they're as good as them. We're now actually going to these games and trying to play against these teams, not just soak up pressure and try and nick something. So, like, long term, I think we're in a good position. We've kind of come out of that. Remember a few years ago we played 5 at the back against any big team, but it's straight 5 at the
Real
back.
Talk, man. Real talk.
We're more the second half, but we seem to be playing a bit better ball. Yeah, so do you think this is going to have a good sign, and Arteta now believing this team's ready to kind of push on to the next level? Because, again, for 60 minutes, we were in a game against Liverpool. Like, they ran out winners in the end, but that's still an improvement of what I've seen in the last 5 years because, Liverpool normally fill their boots. So, DWCT, do you think we're on the right path at the moment, and do you think we're closing the gap with every game that goes past?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think usually stats don't, they tell you something and they don't tell you something. Today, I think they told us something. I mean, we had the same number of shots as they did, similar number of shots on target as they did. And in the early part of this season, it would be double. They would have double the shots. So I think to some degree we actually played much better than we have, and the result doesn't show it. And I think that's more on us not being able to be clinical and attacking through it than basically anything else. But I think, this is just, we should be able to build on this. This is one of those interviews from Arteta that I think he should be happy with the way his team played, right? And he should be expect them to play exactly like this going forward. This is Another game where the opposing manager, one of the top managers in the world, is angry with how this game's going. Right? They show the video of Klopp over there, and he's not happy. And that's what we did. We did that to Pep, and we did it to Klopp. Right? Not too many teams can say they do that too often, and we did it. We've been able to do that again. So other games, other teams, it shouldn't even be. The other manager's just going to sit there and go, "Well, damn, well, there you go, game's over." But today we upset them, and they had to come out and perform, and they did. And I think that's the difference. That's the levels, right? We're talking about different levels. They were at that level where they can play this whatever style we wanted to present to them, and as soon as you make a mistake, you pay for it, and we need to do that as well. We'll get there. I mean, like you said, we're the youngest team in the league coming in, so it's. I always say it's we have to wait. It's a time you got to take our time, but I don't want to wait. You got to wait, but I don't want to. Because you can taste it, you can see it. You need to see a lot more of it. 90 minutes of that. And that maybe that's a 0-0 draw, and everybody's like going, "Damn, that was a good match." Both teams had their chances, and nobody got anything out of it in terms of except for a point. So yeah,
I hear you. In terms of what you say about the young team, James, what do you think it says to the players when Arteta's saying we're playing Liverpool, but we're not going into our shell. We're not going to try and stink one out. We're going to go out there. I believe in you guys. Like we're a form team. We're an informed team as well. Let's just go. What do you think that does for the character of and the confidence of the players, like knowing the manager believes in them to go toe to toe with Liverpool and City?
Yeah, man. It's. I'll bring up this comment as well. I feel like ties into what I'm going to say. Well, right, is as DWTT said, right, we're the youngest team in the Prem, and we've gone toe to toe for a long periods of time in games with arguably top 3 teams in Europe, being Liverpool and City, right? And by saying we're not like a Champions League level team, I genuinely believe we're a Champions League level team. I'm not saying I'm going to win it, but I feel like we are at the moment good enough to be in the Champions League. Even if we go out in the group stages, we're good enough to be in it. Yeah. And if you see the difference between how we started this previous shows, you can go back and watch it, right? How all the time when we were playing against better teams that we were struggling against, we would drop back, go into our shell. The amount of times we didn't exert our game plan, right? And you can see, literally, if you just go back and watch the games, you can see how we've transitioned from a team that was scary, team that didn't know how to play the way Arteta wanted, didn't have that experience in game management, and now we are not going back within ourselves. We are actually playing how Arteta wants us to play, and we've done this within a season, right? A short period of time. Imagine how good we're going to be when it comes to summer. We buy these experienced players that we're hoping we get, and next season, the more time we play together as a unit. And I genuinely believe we've made so much progress. No matter where we finish in the table this season, obviously I'd love for us to be in top 4. You can see it's like night and day how we were when we started the season and where we're at currently. So yeah, it shows a lot to what Arteta has done with his squad and the individual characteristics that we've developed over the season.
Definitely. Well, I'm going to get some comments quickly. I know I've neglected you guys in the comment box, so let's get through these and we'll come back. So, not disappointed with the performance, but with the result. He agrees with Canners. We should not be losing in our own backyard, and this is how far we've come. Who would have said that this time last season playing Liverpool? So, yeah, big up Brendan. Silver Foxy say disappointed with the result, but not the performance. Big up guys, unlucky, but I hate to say it, it was a good result for us. We ain't even right about them man behind us anyway. Yeah, but big up yourself, Solo. And this is the thing, we won the games we were meant to win, so even with losing one of our games in hand, we're still in 4th place. So yeah, we still got 2 more to
Things
go.
in our control.
Yeah, so they've done what they had to do when they were meant to do it. Brendan's loving the Tierney Martinelli combo. Yeah, I think Tierney had a good game as well today. Very difficult to get beat.
There's one person that we need to have an honourable mention to, though, man.
We're going to come back to we're going to come back. Let me go through these first. Silver Fox feels Ramsdale should have done better with the first. Lee Billingsley's in the building. He's also saying there was lots of positives to take from the game. 2 stopping goals, and it proves we need a striker. But yeah, we get onto that. James is here. Long time no see, James. Hope you're well.
James.
Yeah, man.
What a night
You
to
lot,
come back out. Yeah,
yeah,
MJ.
yeah, come out hiding, but yeah, you lot
Yeah,
done your thing, man. We big up you lot. You lot done your thing today, be real. Um, and he was saying the same thing earlier. Jota saw Salah warming up, and then went and done what he had to do. Um, and this is where Liverpool are bringing on Salah and Firmino from the bench. We had Pepe and Keita. Don't forget ESR, but we're moving in the right direction. They're ahead and they play Champions League football, so they need a bigger squad than we do. Not going to look too much into that. BSG, we were unlucky tonight. Liverpool didn't outplay us, and I think that's what Arteta's looking for against the big teams now, isn't it? It's about performance more than results sometimes. Lee saying he loves the positivity, and yes, we made progress, but for me, I'd rather be in a competition that we can win. Nah, it's about Tuesday and Wednesday night next season, Lee. I'll be honest. I don't want no Thursday nights. And last one, I believe we have to beat a top 4 team psychologically. Chelsea are in the top 3. We need to at least beat them. This will make us grow as a team. Yeah, I think one of them results will do a big difference to this team, just to know they can actually beat one of them big teams. But yeah, right, Nigel, we're coming to you. So you want to give an honourable mention?
Yeah, because the thing that I was most the thing I was most scared about going into the game, performance wise, it didn't really happen. Like Diaz against Cedric Suarez. I mean, he pretty much handled the guy all night. Like even though he had to get subbed off after a while. That's how lack of involvement he was in the game. So we got to big up Cedric, even though he's not our first choice right back. He did the thing. And he didn't get embarrassed tonight. So I give him an honourable mention. Big up Cedric.
Yeah, for real. No, I think he done well. Also, I want to go to the midfield because that's the area where we used to get bossed. And Partey and Xhaka, I feel they held their own today. They really did, man. I was impressed with them too. Again, Partey, sorry for me, second half of the season has been unbelievable. And we saw it. He got caught on the ball a few times today trying to find the pass out, but on a whole, he's competing with them boys at the top. So. Yeah, what about you, DWTT? How'd you feel the midfield played?
No, yeah, like you said, I think they were actually showed a little visual of the game, and both teams were playing in that middle half of the field. I mean, on both sides. I mean, we're playing so high up, so there's not much space. Yeah. And we see Partey all the time with players all around him, and it doesn't matter. I don't think we have anybody that can do that, which is, that's why we got him. All right, so Partey looks good, and I'm happy he's playing like that because it didn't look so good in the beginning, but now we're seeing why we're seeing why we got him, and it's been really good to see him play like that. So it's just going to get better when he's got when the team knows and we have even better players around him. I think that's probably why sometimes he might get caught on the ball because there's not much movement sometimes, so there's not much space for him to go when he's looking. So he takes an extra second to think about things, but. No, I've enjoyed since he said he was a 4. We have never seen that again, right? We've never seen him even come close to that. He's been pretty good going forward. Yeah. So, and that's what you want. That's what the good players do. They tell you, look, no, that's not how I play. That is not how I play, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you what I can do, and he's been showing us time and time again. So we like that, and it's good. It's good to have him there, and I
told you.
I think he makes
chips from his diet, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
he's back on the African food, man. So it's good.
I think he's made it easy for Xhaka to not even. He doesn't get any raft from us anymore. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's all because of Partey. The better Partey gets, the better everything in the middle gets. The better play that we get from all of our players. So I think it's there, and it's Odegaard. They both are basically making it really nice in the middle. When they get the ball at their feet. And they're making players around us look much better. That's why you guys we talk about Virgil and Matic next to each other. They he complements him just enough, and he can do lots of things because he's got help, right? And so I think that's what we're getting from our midfield with Partey there. So I'm enjoying that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, back in the comments because our guys are here. Top 4 mission abandoned. Call it off. I think you're in the wrong stream, brother. The Tottenham stream's already been and gone, brother. That's not our stream. No, Monday in the wrong stream, bro. That's Paxton Road. That's down the road.
Here, bro.
But one problem about Monday, he's very honest. He's saying, jokes aside, you played well. Top 4 business is going down to the wire. But Lee's back in it on Monday. You go crying to your CR7 cornflakes. He turns up for one game. And Monday saying, "Do you want custard with your crumble?" We didn't crumble as bad this time though. And Lee says just some rhubarb. Yeah, these are killing me. But yeah, it's a Monday. Love as always, brother. Love as always. But yeah, no, let's get into some player ratings before we wrap up today. So we're gonna start from the back. Ramsdale, James, I'm gonna let you have it.
I'm gonna give him a 6. Again, majority of the game he played okay, but the time that it mattered, he didn't deliver, unfortunately, today. So I think a 6 is a fair rating.
I hear that. Niger, we're going Cedric.
Cedric, I'll give him a 6.5. I can't give him a 7 because we didn't win, but I'll give him a 6.5 because he didn't put a foot wrong, man. To be fair.
Yeah. DWTT, what are you saying for Ben White?
For White, I'm gonna give him a 6. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6. I mean, there are times when I thought he could have done a little bit more, but it's harder. I mean, I think 6 isn't actually bad in this type of a game. So it was a tough game. So
You are harsh.
yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6. Yeah,
You lot are some harsh critics, man. All right, I'm going Gabriel. I'm gonna go 7. I think. I can't. I think you lot are scoring real harsh. I know we didn't win, but the boys, they were quite aggressive today as well. I like the aggression. We played front foot, man.
In terms of, I thought Ben White could have got a bit of a higher score. Gabriel, that's a different ball game. And if you want me to talk about him, I don't mind.
Yeah, no, we ain't got time today. We do that on therapy tomorrow. Tierney, I think this is the best I've seen. James, you got Tierney.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. I thought he was pretty good today going forward. Solid defensively. There wasn't really too many things that came down his side. The goals he conceded came down the other side. So he was pretty good today.
Yeah, just with Tierney, there's one time I think it was Diaz. Someone must not know who Tierney is, and he pushed on him before he could rip him.
Yeah, I saw it.
He put the button. He said, "Stop it." He said, "Stop it. You're not going past me like that." I go, "You got the wrong side. Go the other side and do that. Don't do that on our left, boy." Yeah. He said, "Do that down our right." But yeah, no, fair play. I think that's the best we've seen Tierney in a little while. To be fair, he was really good. Niger, you go into the midfield. You can have Partey.
I'll give him. I don't know. I'll give him a. If you're giving Tierney a 7, did he have as good a game as Tierney? Yeah, I'll give him a 7 too, man. Give him a 7. Yeah,
I thought Partey was really good today.
I
didn't see the one thing that we've been critical on is like giving the ball away cheaply. He didn't really do that today. He held the ball up really well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. His partner, Granit Xhaka, DWTT's yours.
Yeah. Now that I'm going to give him a 6, the white 6 looks really poor, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I think Xhaka was good again. Though.
I think he did. His 6 is good, but when you look at what's around him, and you're like, okay, yeah, he's gonna give you what he can, but he's not at that, for me anyways, at the levels that you get a Partey and an Erdegaard when they're on, and that's what we saw today from those two, I believe. So for me, I think he gets a 6, but that's just because of the company that he's surrounded by. I mean, for me, I still feel like you guys are talking about Tierney. He's still not there yet for me. I think he's still got more to give, and when he does, I think teams are going to be upset because the game's going to be over soon. So I think once either he feels it or things change around him, it's going to be a lot of fun to see him play, because I don't think he comes up enough, attacks enough. I know it might be.
But we think that's because of Tomiyasu not being in the side, because Tomiyasu sits while he's able to bomb forward, and now with Cedric, he's had to balance it out a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we move on. I get Odegaard. I think it was a bit of a quieter game for him. Again, it's the quality around. Still works his socks off. And again, had the big opportunity. Which who knows what would have happened if that had gone in, but I'm gonna give him 6.5. I still feel he's done some nice bits in the game.
Generous.
Yeah, I'm a generous guy, and again, you're taking into what we're playing against. You got to take that into account. Do you know what I mean? It's all round. I'm not too disheartened really, so I'll give him a 6.5. And then Bukayo Saka goes to James.
I'll give him a 6. I think it was okay.
5.5 for me, boy.
5.5, 6. Either or, I just feel like that the knock that he got didn't help him. I just didn't look himself today. I don't think so. That's why I'm saying a 6.
I think that Arteta should have brought on Pepe a lot earlier. To be honest,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
fully.
It was clearly not Saka's day. You could see it
No.
after like 50 minutes, man. It wasn't.
I was calling for Eddie to come on. To be fair, a lot earlier, man. So. Oh dear.
You're trying to trigger me, man.
I'm joking. Who else you got to? So Nigel, you get Martinelli.
Martinelli, boy, I can't give him an 8 because he didn't score that shot. So I'll give him a 7.75 or something like that. No, 7.5. I'll give him a 7.5.
Nah. You can't do that. You know, you can't do that. No.
Well, you want to give him an 8, and after we lost 2-0, bro.
He's got to. You can't take it. Listen, it's a team game. He done what he had to do out there. Like you can't ask for nothing more from him. To be fair, he done it. He done, and it wasn't an easy. It wasn't a Odegaard miss. Do you know what I mean? He wanted to hit the target from there, but I can't hold that against him, man.
What you saying? 8.
I'll say 8. DWTT, what are you saying for Martinelli? You agree with me or you going with Nigel?
No, I think an 8 is good. I mean, like I said, I think he had to do a lot more work. He was alone by himself out there. He was kind of on an island, and he needed a little bit more support to open things up for him. You know, coming through the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of times where I'm like looking for somebody to show for him, and there's just nobody to show, and he's got nowhere else to go once the 2 defenders come at him. So I kind of feel like, yeah, he was a terror for them. And like I said, I think Trent knows it. I mean, that one move he made where he just slipped right by him, you're like,
yeah.
You're one of the better defenders out there, right? And he showed, he's got some skills. So no, I liked what I saw from Martinelli. He does that for us a lot when he's on his game. So he needs some friends basically when he gets up there. He needs more friends with him to come to the party.
Definitely. One thing I will say about him is he too honest. Them streets. I know Gunner King's not gonna like it. Yeah, I know Gunner King's gonna hate me for it. You know he's Mr. Play it by down the line and play it by the rules, but like sometimes when you isolate. Like try and get up in and contact and go. Like to me, he's just so honest. And he just keeps going. It's like sometimes just try and take the foul. Like I think if you can kind of get a bit of that in his game, like you see all the best players do it. Do you know what I mean? Like you need them bits of street smart sometimes. So yeah, but yeah, fair play to Martinelli. Where am I getting to now? It's DWTT. You got Lacazette.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, the things that are negatives for him are his speed and his height, and he can't do anything about that today. He did everything else that he could. I don't think he held the ball up as good as I thought he could, and what he's his claim to fame. That's what he does for us. There were some times where he did it, and sometimes when he didn't. For me, I'm going to give him a 6. I mean, there's one point where the cross comes in, and you can see the 2 giants, and the ball is nowhere. There's no way that ball's getting in there, and it's just he doesn't pose a threat when he comes to the middle sometimes. So that's not on him really. It's just the way it looks when you play against Liverpool. But yeah, I'm giving it a 6. I know that might even be high for some of you, but I'm seeing like a 3.5 in there. I don't know. That it seems a little harsh for the.
That's very harsh.
But I think he brings a lot to the squad, and I think that's
yeah, we're not going 3.5.
Yeah, those are untangible things that he brings to the squad, and I think that's the plus. Definitely. But as far as the scoring and the hold up play, I don't think he gave us that much today. But he played into the way the game was going, so I'll take it. So like a 6 for him, but yeah. I don't know what you guys think about Lacazette.
I hear that. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on the Lacazette thing. Like, it wasn't his best game. He's up against 2 big centre backs, and then Fabinho drops in and helps out at the same time. It's very difficult. But again, the way we wanted to play today was to get Martinelli and Saka in behind, and he's occupying the centre backs as best as possible. So it's about a structure, not just one individual player. Martinelli might not get that much joy if Lacazette's not doing what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Not going to really rate the subs. I think Smith Rowe looked quite lively, but not going to get into them. They weren't really on long enough. Manager, and then we're going to get into Kanebi. We're going to give him a little bit of time to take it away for us. So, James, what's your thoughts on the manager? What would you score him? Anything you think he can improve on?
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.5. I felt like we set up okay, and I felt like we competed. Again, it's one of those you can't give your players the instructions in clinical moments, but you can actively affect the game. And I didn't feel like he actively affected the game with the subs. As Kunle said, I felt like Pepe should have come on sooner. Maybe even Lacazette coming off sooner. He played okay, but he wasn't really sharp. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.5 because I felt like he could have done more sooner to change the outcome.
Niger?
I'm echoing what James is saying. I mean, I think he got the lineup right, everything right in terms of setting up for the game. But after half time, I believe there's some changes he could have made a lot earlier. You'll never hear me say he should have brought on Nketiah earlier, but definitely Pepe 100%, man, because I don't believe many Premier League teams have a plan for Pepe. So having him affect a game like that where Saka was clearly out of it, I would have liked Arteta to make that decision earlier, as I said.
I hear you. And DWTT, your thoughts on Arteta tonight?
Yeah, okay. I get a lot of what everybody's saying. I mean, he waits a little too long. I mean, Liverpool's looking at that game and they've got Firmino and
52 minutes on, already. Do you know what I mean?
Coming on, and then the game changes at that point. I don't know if we were looking at the sidelines as well, but he made a point there, and Klopp was, like I said, was frustrated in that first half. Came out in the second half, team looked a little bit more determined. We were holding on, I guess, 0-0. Came out in the second half and we looked like, I don't know what was told in the halftime, and maybe that halftime talk is where he needs to improve, because we needed to come out like, you know what, we have an opportunity now to steal something here. And it looked like Liverpool was actually thinking that as well. And, they performed when they had an opportunity. And like you said, Erdegaard's shot goes in. Maybe we're talking something totally different here, but they took their chances, and that's not on the manager. But I think, however the team played in that first 12 minutes of that second half, some of that's got to be on what was going on in the halftime talk for me, anyways.
Yeah. No, I'm going to give Arteta a 7. I feel you lot are very overcritical and harsh on him, man. Don't look at me like that, Niger. And the reason I'm going to say that is, we're all talking, he should have done this and that sooner. But take away the Wolves game. When has Pepe and Nketiah really impacted the game for us like that? So sometimes the difference with Klopp and the difference with Arteta in that situation is Klopp knows what he's bringing on and what impact they have. How many times we see Pepe on the pitch and not really do too much? So he's almost trying to, can I just hold out Saka? Saka might give me something. Whereas Klopp's saying, 45 minutes.
That's my thing, and he's going to keep wearing Saka out with this. Saka might do me something.
I wouldn't say wear him out. We're playing one game a season. We're playing one game a week.
But he also said Pepe's giving him what he wants.
Like this week we've had in.
He said Pepe's giving him what he wants in practice. So he should. For me, that means guess what?
Some more minutes, bro.
So that means
is that just to say the right things though? Because he may be training a bit better. But as I said, I asked you.
We want Pepe to play, and now he's doing it.
Maybe game from Pepe's come,
we don't see
and
it,
actively
right?
done something. But you still didn't answer my question. You're a politician down there. I'm going to ask you the question.
Go on.
Question again. Apart from Nketiah or Pepe's come on the pitch and really let it up.
All I know is
they should come on earlier.
The last game that they needed to affect, they did, innit? So that's the freshest one in my mind.
That's not answering my question.
I be Nigeria, no, we play politics all the
time. But yeah, no. So I said, I think it's football's margins sometimes, and the margins we got beat, but I don't think you can really blame Arteta for that. If he makes the save, Ramsdale, again, different ball game. Odegaard scores the goal, different ball game. So he's done what he had to do. Yes, once we've gone 1-0 down, couldn't see a way back in it for us. But again, that's also down to where our squad is more than sometimes Arteta for me. And that's why I'll give him a 7, I think. And again, I'm seeing 85th minute, he's still on the silent for it. Yeah, I think you lot are harsh, man. You lot are harsh. I think you come up against a better team. It is what it is. So Kanebi, so I know you just joined in late. Come through. You got 5 minutes. Talk about the performance. Talk about who you think played well. Think of who played bad. A little bit
I'm
on
not I'm not gonna lie, bros. First of all, nice to be on here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
coming on.
upset. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I told One Touch yesterday that it's gonna be men against boys today. I saw this coming. It was like you know when a boxer you're fighting against a heavyweight boxer. You're just swinging. Nothing is landing. The heavyweight boxer just gives you one. Boom. You're on the floor. That's what happened today. We played very well, but the difference is experience, cutting edge, and these guys are champions before. They know what it is to win. We need quality. We need quality signings in the midfield. We need a new striker, a striker that is ready to get into the box. With Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, we have a good foundation, but we need to have experienced players to complement these guys. Players that can take these guys to the next level because they put in their all today. They did their best, but their best wasn't good enough, sadly. So I'm not going to fault them for it. You can't fault Arteta. Arteta did his best today. Come on. Liverpool were hungry. After Man City dropped points yesterday, Liverpool were never going to lose this today, bro. They were never going to lose this today.
So how would you rate him out of 10, Arteta, on today?
Arteta, I'm not going to be critical of him because I saw this coming. He's a young coach. He's inexperienced. He's still learning on the job. So I'm going to give him a 7 for effort. But he should have made substitutions.
Earlier, right?
He should have made substitutions. And I don't know what happened in the second half because the team talk seems like it was wrong. I mean, we had a very good first half. Don't get me wrong. The first half was very good. We had chances, and God, we should have taken our chances today. Fuck.
That Odegaard one, bro.
Oh man, if we took our chances, we could have won that game. That's just the difference between us and Liverpool today. The attack. The defense, I can't fault the defense. Diogo Jota scores against us every time, man. It's like a fucking curse.
7 and 7, I noticed that.
I mean, it's a fucking curse. Then you have Firmino. I mean, you have a team that has 5 world-class attackers. We have only Lacazette. Come on, man. Come on. But
he's not even world-class.
On the positive side, guys, only 3 teams are beating us at home today. Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. These are the 3 teams that are above us. The rest are below us. So let's be positive. Let's be positive. The main game is Villa. We need to beat Aston Villa. If we can beat Aston Villa, hopefully get a draw at Stamford Bridge, beat the rest, beat Tottenham, top 4 is ours. Beat Manchester United, top 4 is ours. We're still on the right path. We just need to forget about this result. Those guys, they're in a different league. They're in a different ball game. They're in a different park, man. We can't see those guys till like maybe next year or till we buy some players. So I'm very proud. I'm very proud of Martinelli. I'm very proud of Tierney. I'm very proud of I'm very proud of the players today. Let's not be harsh on them. Come on.
For sure.
Yeah,
we went toe to toe with them.
That's the energy I needed today from Niger, and he let me down, man. But now I'm with you, Kenebi, 100%, bro.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Come on, man.
DW, you got to bounce, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nice having you on, brother. We'll see you again soon.
Having me on,
Yeah.
Definitely
Right,
like to try this again.
Yeah.
Bro, I wasn't negative though.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking with you. No, but you weren't negative, but your energy was not the same. But DW, thanks for joining on. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
This is Liverpool, man. This is Liverpool Football Club, man. They're probably the best team in the world, man. So come on, man. Let's just get our heads down. Focus for Villa. Villa is an early kickoff. We need to go in there, all guns blazing, beat Aston Villa, prepare for the next game. Because man, Manchester United and Tottenham are still going to drop points. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the key. And again, you're listening to I think one part was telling in the live production today. I'm not too sure what you guys were watching on, but obviously Sky Sports where I am. Gary Neville was commentator. So I'm not sure if you lot heard it, but he mentioned he watched Man United yesterday, and he said Arsenal are way above Man United in terms of the way they play, the structure, everything about Arsenal. And again, this is coming from a United guy. It was probably killing him to say it, but I said that's what you got to kind of take away the fan element. Real fans, we want to see Arsenal win. Different perspective. You come out of that game, you think actually there's something there with this team at the moment. Like I haven't been this excited from Arsenal team in a long time. I keep waiting for the dip, and even though we got beat, I don't think this is a dip. Like obviously, if you get
I don't think the players will be
Villa, then it's
affected
different.
by
But
this
lose a game.
result.
You know when you watch. Nah.
I think,
There's a
I
difference
think,
between taking your chances.
and Arteta is already thinking
Sorry, go
about the next game because he substituted Saka, he substituted Odegaard.
Odegaard.
And
Yeah,
like-
that
He's
was
already-
one that was telling for me.
Yeah, he's already thinking about the next game. Like Villa is the next game. You know, this game showed us where we are mentally with the big boys. That's the way I saw it, and we're not yet there yet. I still think we need like a quality. We need an upgrade on Shaka. Granted, Shaka today, oh my god, he had a pass to play the ball forward. He played the ball sideways.
Bro,
I'm like, how can you?
surprised, bro? Are you surprised?
How can you have this mentality of passing the ball sideways? But when he's playing for Switzerland, he's like Del Piero. What's going on, man?
I don't understand, bro. He's a different player. He's always looking forward, always looking for the killer pass. But with Arsenal, he plays it simple, backwards and sideways, man. That's it.
There was a pass. Odegaard was on. He played the ball to Cedric. I'm like, oh my god. We really need an upgrade on that guy. Like seriously, we need a midfielder that can come in, you know, like a Fabinho, like a Thiago.
The what?
So yeah, like I said, Xhaka got the ball high at the pitch about 3 times. I think Martinelli cut it back to him. One of them he tried to.
Was that a shot or a cross?
I never know. I thought he was watching Ruben Neves too. I thought he was watching Callum Chambers from the other week. So he tried to put it top bins. But again, it's just that bit of quality when it falls to him there. He just doesn't have that bit of quality like playing in the final third. But again, I'm not going to get onto him because I still think midfield-wise, we've done well, man. Like against Liverpool, we competed with them lot. So yeah, I'm not. As I said, I'm upbeat today. I'm not even negative. And again, everyone's talking about it. We've done what we had to do in the 5 games before. We said that 5 games before Liverpool, I think some of us were happy with 9, but wanted 12 points out of it. We took 15. Like that to me is unbelievable. And that's what we could do is get ourselves in that position where even though we lost some of our games in hand, we're still fourth.
I saw the league table when we were losing and I started shouting. And I was like, why the fuck are we sad in the studio? Like we're still fourth. With a couple points ahead and games in hand, come on, man. We've built a very good foundation. We just need to believe and stay injury-free. But, man, we need Tomiyasu back. Fuck, man. We need Tomiyasu back. Cedric is good, but Cedric,
I think the key, the 2 big games then is the Tottenham game and the United game.
And arguably the Chelsea game. I'd like to get something.
Yeah, that's not too bad because they don't close the gap with us. Yeah, I think they're beatable at the moment. They're beatable. But yeah, right. On that note, guys, we've been here for way too long. But again, it's positive vibes only. Villa this.
There's a couple of comments in the comments section.
Backability. That's what we're looking for. Hold on. Wait, we got. That's why Xhaka will be gone in the summer, and get a top striker. We got up another level. I do agree with that. Like I love Lacazette, but yeah, there's games like this where you need that striker just to. But yeah, it's a team effort in it. Like he's put one on the plate for Odegaard. That if he scores it, do you know what I mean? It's a different conversation altogether.
Like tonight, Gumsa, just before you close, I could be really critical about players like Odegaard for missing, or Ramsdale for not saving the chance, or Saka not being really in the game. But they've done so much throughout the course of the season. It doesn't make sense to any of the fan base to get on these players. It was just an off day for them. It was against one of the top 3 teams in the world right now. We move. Villa.
That's it. And on that note, guys, love, and we're going to catch you up.
Peace.